And so head on over to QVC.com. We have more than 1,000 items that are already on a Black Friday sale price that are also on free shipping and handling. So you want to check those all out. Go to QVC.com, shop early. But right now, David's going to mix it up a little bit in the show. See what we did there, David? You're going to mix it up?
We're going to mix it up. We're going to go round and round.
I like it.
Round and round and round with the Vitamix. This is the Vitamix 7500, but I'm going to caution you right off the bat. I have only 2 colors. I have limited quantities, and I've got a kick-in sale price on this. Now, this is the deal that you're going to want if you've been looking for a Vitamix, because it's the Vitamix 7500. It's a 64-ounce container, 16 in 1, does the job of 16 different appliances, and you're going to love it that it's got the dry jar container with it. This is almost always sold as a separate purchase. It's included now. And there are 170 total recipes included here, between 2 books and the tamper you'll need for the Vitamix and for the dry container. Now, this price will disappear end of day today. And if you want the black, I have fewer than 1,000. If you want the lemon cream, fewer than 400. What does that value look like? If you were to go to retail to buy this same pack up, you'd be looking at almost $690. $689.96. You're just a few pennies shy of $690. We're going to save you almost $291 today, and then with the free shipping, nearly $312 less. And if you use that Q card, we've got 9-month special financing where we can split your payments up over 9 months. You pay each of your monthly minimum payments on time, pay off the entire amount within 9 months. You enjoy 0 interest on your purchase, which is same as cash. Now you're hearing in the back here that I've got soup. Now, there is no heating element in this machine. This is all friction. Now, how hot is that soup? Check it out. Isn't that something? This is restaurant quality soup. Gorgeous. This is the apple butternut squash, I think, yes? Oh, this is the sweet potato. Oh, the apple butternut's over here. Okay, so the sweet potato. Check it out. Velvety smooth. The pour spout allows me to pour it right into bowls. Garnish this up. And you've got a beautiful soup that you would be proud to serve anyone at your dinner table. Now, while that soup comes out, the apple butternut squash goes in. So we'll put it back here in our case. And let the Vitamix do its work. In the meantime, we're going to welcome in Jan Muller live via Skype from his home out in California. Jan Muller, always good to see you, my friend.
David, it's so great to be with you. How you doing?
I'm great, buddy. And you all put together the deal of deals on this today. Only 2 colors available, and the price goes away end of day. Tell us why we want the Vitamix 7500.
Well, first, this is the 7500 motor. It's the most powerful motor that we put in a Vitamix for household use. 12 amp, 2.2 peak horsepower motor. It comes with those 2 containers that David talked about, the wet ingredient container for making smoothies and soups, and ice creams and more, and the dry ingredient container that'll actually grind wheat into flour, knead the bread dough, use it as a coffee mill, herb mill, or nut mill. And because of that, this machine will actually do the work of 16 different appliances, including a whole food juicer, a blender, a food processor, stick blender, hand mixer, ice cream maker, ice crusher, meat grinder, chopper, cheese grater, peanut butter maker, fondue maker, hot soup and sauce maker like David is doing, a coffee grinder, a grain mill, which David is going to show us a little later on, and a dough kneader. So let's start off with the one thing that everybody buys a Vitamix for, and that's making smoothies. That's 3 pounds of solid food resting on those blades. Watch what happens when I turn this machine on. Like a giant hand, it'll reach up, it pulls everything down into the bottom of the bowl. That's the power of that 12 amp, 2.2 peak horsepower motor. And I'm going to add a little bit of water, fill it right up to the top. Now, I use about 10 or 11 different fruits and vegetables, but I always add in a little bit of strawberry or a raw beet, and it gives it that great strawberry color. And I want to take you in to show you the Vitamix Vortex, because this is what makes Vitamix completely different from every other machine made today. You see how it's pulling everything down into the bottom of the bowl? It's doing it tens of thousands of times per minute. And that's why you get the smoothest smoothies. Now that'll be done in about a minute. And if you want to make something for the holidays, David, and you want to have it be sweet but good for you, make a berry sorbet with some fall spices. So all I have in here is a cup of water. I put in some pumpkin pie spice, and then I just added 6 cups of frozen fruit. Now I'm using blueberries, Bing cherries, strawberries, raspberries, but at home you can use whatever you like. Again, this is what makes the difference with a Vitamix. It's built to handle a load, a full 3-pound load when you're making a smoothie, and a huge load when you're making ice cream or sorbet. Now, as you know, this machine today comes with 170 recipes, and if the recipes that I'm doing here are not in one of those books, don't worry about it, because they're on the product page of QVC.com. Under recipes, so you'll get it there. Oh, look at this. This is so great. Now, this is frozen solid. That's what I'm talking about.
And Jan, you made that for me before. It's delicious.
Oh, this is fantastic. Now, I'm using pumpkin pie spice, but if you follow the recipe, it calls for just about the same thing, allspice and cinnamon and things like that. It's just delicious.
Oh, my.
Now, let's just see what happened with our drink. Now, here's what I started with. 3 pounds of solid food. Let's see what comes out. I put in raw cabbage, carrot, celery, beet, lemon, banana, apple, orange, honey, grapes, strawberries, and pineapple with the core. Look in the bottom of that bowl. There's no celery string wrapped around the blade, no lemon rind, peel, or seed, completely, totally liquefied. And that's why over 100,000 restaurants throughout the world buy Vitamix machines to make their smoothies. Like Dairy Queen, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Orange Julius, Smoothie King. They have smoothie in their name, so they've got to make a good one, right?
Right.
And the world's largest coffee shop chain uses it as well in their 30,000 stores, and the Outback Steakhouse restaurant as well.
Now, you're also doing the spread test there, aren't you, Jan?
I am. So this is what they do. So people wonder, well, why do they buy Vitamix machines and not those pretender blenders or the ones that claim to do what the Vitamix does? That's because they test it. Now, here's the test. I poured that out onto a white plate because you cannot hide anything on a white plate. There's no lumps, no bumps, no pieces, bits, seeds, no pulp. It's completely, totally liquefied. Now, I think you're going to grind some wheat and do some bread.
Yes, sir, I am, because it also comes with the dry container, and this is almost always a separate purchase. Today, it's included. I've got regular wheat that I'm putting inside the dry container. Pop the lid on. And very quickly, this begins to grind that into flour.
In 1 minute, fine enough to bake with. Then you just add the rest of your liquid ingredients, and it'll actually knead the bread dough. So in 1 hour, from start to finish, from the field or the whole wheat to your table, that's all it takes when you have the Vitamix machine.
And if you're wondering why this flour isn't white, it's because it's not bleached. This is beautiful
right.
and raw and real and ready for you to do some baking like we've done here. Look at that beautiful homemade loaf that you were able to do at home. Now let's come back and check on our soup. Now this one, Jan, is the apple butternut squash. Something perfect for Thanksgiving that'll be here in about a little over 3 weeks' time. But take a look as I take off the lid. What do you see? You see all that steam?
Yeah. You see steam, that's right.
There is no heater inside this machine, Jan. That's straight friction.
Yeah, exactly. It's the speed of the machine. So you can make something frozen or you can make something steaming hot by depending on how long you let the machine run.
Yeah, and don't try this with your regular blender at home because you'll burn it out. That's why this is so incredible. Now, Jan, you're going to do a quick drink, and I'm going to wrap up with colors. What do you have on your end?
Yeah, you know, last year I made you the white Christmas margarita, so I'm making it again as a anniversary special from when we made it last year. So in here, I've got an orange, a lemon, a lime, some unsweetened coconut milk, and then a little tequila, triple sec, and Grand Marnier. You let it run for about 30 seconds, and this is why it's used in restaurants and bars throughout the world. You know, when you go on a trip and you go to the bar and you say, I'd like one of those frozen margaritas, well, this is what they make it in. Look at that pour. I wish you were here with me.
Oh, that looks amazing, sir. Well, hopefully there's someone there to help you enjoy that.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, we're going to remind everyone that I have only the lemon cream in the black available, and this price will $8.50 left in the black, $3.50 in the lemon cream, and this will expire tonight. The price expires tonight, midnight Eastern time. You would pay $689.96 at retail. We're almost $291 less, and with the free ship, you're looking at nearly $312 less delivered to your doorstep. Jan Muller, always a pleasure, my friend.
David, great to see you. And it was great to see Dan.